Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Engineer Masood Akhtar Kiani. Today we have the technical session number 15, which is curing of concrete. So before going ahead, I will again remind you about the subscribe and press the bell icon in order to reach the video instantly next time. So curing of concrete is the process controlling the rate and extent of moisture loss from concrete during cement hydration. Curing concrete are four types. One is water curing, which is about continues up to the 7 days. Continue up to the 7 days, and then second one is the steam curing, which is up to the three days, and steam curing, then oven temperature curing process, and then the chemical process, which is always applied after the cost in situ finalize. This different chemicals are sprayed just on the top of the surface or the exposed surface in order to not require the other types of the curing. So early carbonation for the oven curing, early carbonation, which was developed in the hollow core slab production, particularly replaced the heat curing and recycled carbon dioxide recovered from the cement kind. The cavities in hollow core slabs were utilized as a carbon dioxide gas chamber and to facilitate the carbonation curing at low gas pressure. Concrete performance was evaluated by carbon dioxide uptakes, compressive strength, pH value, and resistance of air penetration. The temperature and strength data from the curing process, each hollow core slab is controlled and compacted up to the data from the heating process. Early carbonation curing was developed for hollow core slab. The cavities in hollow core slab were utilized as carbon dioxide gas chamber to T2 to T5, where the heat table is on the oven dry basis 50 degrees centigrade for 1, 2, and 5 hours respectively. After that, the particular concrete structure will get the 28 days strength, and directly it can be transported to site and can be installed. Curing by continuous wetting process exposed surface, preventing the loss of moisture from it. Ponding or spray surface and the water method. Water method is typically employed to this code. In that case, the wet Hessian and covered by the overall polythene sheet, and it will be continue wet up to the 7 days, which is most necessary because concrete curing is the bulk strength of the concrete. It can make the concrete mature up to the 100 years, and it will give to the life of the concrete as much as be possible. Portland cement consists of several complex chemical composition. In preparation of concrete, the cement act as glue and bond together the aggregate to achieve the final cast products. The concrete achieves its strength through a series of chemical reactions known as hydration, which are initiated by the addition of water to the admixture. The rate of the reaction influenced the properties of the hardened concrete, such as strength, permeability, durability, absorption, resistance, and the resistance to the freezing and thawing. As long as water is present, the hydration will continue for many years. The final strength of the concrete forward to the process will depend upon the constituents of the original mixture and the environment under which the reaction takes place. Curing and its important process of maintaining satisfaction moisture content, and the temperature in a freshly casted concrete for a definite period of time immediately following replacement. The process serves as a two major purpose. First is it prevents the loss of moisture and the concrete. And second one, it maintain a favorable hydration to occur for a definite period. The most cur- crucial time, the most crucial time of strength gain for concrete is immediately following replacement. The field condition, heat and wind and dry weather out of moisture from the placed submixture. The accompanying figure shows how concrete strength varies from the curing conditions. Curing that it's allowed to dry in air will gain only 50% of the strength. Continuously moist cured concrete. Lack of water also causes the concrete to shrink, which leads tensile strength within the concrete. As a result of surface cracking may occur, especially if the resistance developed before the concrete attains adequate tensile strength. Hydration is a exothermic chemical process. Increasing the ambient temperature will increase the rate of hydration and hence the strength developed, while lowering it have a opposite effect. Too much heat reduces the final concrete strength. Selecting the appropriate curing process helps the temperature control during the hydration. Method of the curing concrete can be kept moist and often as a favorable temperature by three methods. First one is maintaining the presence of mixing water during the early hardened period. Second one is the method used including ponding and immersion spraying or fogging and wet covering. These methods are also cool the concrete as a water evaporates. Prevailing loss of mixing water from the surface by sealing. This may be achieved using previous paper, plastics, sheeting, applying members, forming compound, or by leaving the forms in a different phase. Accelerating strength can gain supplying heat or additional moisture of the concrete. This may be accomplished using live stream as a steam curing process, insulating blankets and are covered with the various heating techniques, including coils and the forms. The method of the combination of methods chosen will be depend upon the above mentioned curing procedure, which we discussed early stage, size, shaped, concrete members, and in situ versus the plant production and precast elements also. Curing under different weather condition, unless normal weather, the concern in the curing will be the maintenance of a moist environment around the concrete. Temperature variation are not a major problem, provided the concrete temperature is maintained for the 5 degrees Celsius. Curing can therefore be achieved either through maintain mixing of water in the concrete during early hardening or by preventing moisture loss from the surface of by the sealer. The ultimate choice of the particular methods to use will take into consideration factors such as economy, aesthetics, members, shapes, etc. Under hot weather conditions, the high temperature are likely to result the excessive moisture loss. Maintaining mixing water in the concrete and the major concern. Continuous moist curing should be done in the entire curing period. This is not possible that the concrete surface should be protected from drying oats using the previously maintained methods, and the surface kept damp. Surface should be dry or slowly after curing reduce possibility the surface crackings can be achieved. Curing in cold weather, it will be different. In case of biggest concern will be the maintain for adequate and the conductive temperature for the hydration. For massive members, the heat generated by the concrete during hydration will be adequate to provide a satisfactory curing temperature. For non-massive members, a alternative steam curing which provides both moist and the heat. In many cases, the minimum favorable temperature for the range is 10 to 21 degrees centigrade must be maintained in the concrete for a minimum required curing period. Curing period is in accordance to the relevant standard and the specification clauses if it is required. Curing period and the temperature depends upon the type of cement used, proportions, required strength, size, shape, members, types of concrete, either in situ or the precast, weather conditions, future exposure condition, and the methods of the curing. Since all desirable properties are improved with the curing should be as long as the practical. For most concrete structure, the curing period at the temperature above 5 degrees centigrade, which is 40 degree Fahrenheit, should be minimum for 7 days or until 70% of the specified compressive strength or the fracture strength can be achieved. This period can be reduced to 3 days for high early strength of the concrete to be used for 10 degree to 50 degree Fahrenheit. The concrete, precast concrete elements, it will be like the hollow cores and some other elements. It will go to the, after casting, it will go to the oven dry process, and after oven dry process, continue 5 hours, it will be ready for the installation. So this depend upon the nature of the projects and the nature of the elements and nature of the concretes. So in the major structures, some high-rise towers, also slabs and other columns and this thing can we provide the steam curing procedure. It depends upon the facility or the resources available in parts by parts. Some the costed elements like the columns and beams and slabs. For the little portion, it can be provided to the particular uh, place which is newly costed for the curing and covered up to the curing times according to the selected procedure. So this was the briefing about the concrete curing today, and which is the most important factor of the concrete life. And hopefully we will see each other in the next video with another new subject. So have a nice day and welcome to everybody. Thank you very much.